Assalamu alaikum, welcome to YouTube channel Advanced Machine Learning. Hope you all doing well. Welcome to first lecture in which we discuss about agenda, basics, classification, clustering, regression and use cases. When we shall discuss about the journal, the subfield of artificial intelligence name is derived from the concept that it deals with the construction and study of systems that can learn from data, can be seen as building blocks to make computer learn to behave more intelligently. In terminology, the features are the number of features or distinct traits that can be used to describe each time in a quantitative manner. In sample, a sample is an item to process. It can be a document, a picture, sound, video, or raw in a database. In feature, a vector is a dimensional vector of numerical features that represent the sum objects. Now we shall discuss about the feature extraction, which is preparation of the feature vector and transform the data in the higher dimensional space to a space of fewer dimensions. Now you can see the workflow, which is the training and prediction are labeled. Here are some categories that are need to be concentrated: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and semi-supervised learning. Now we shall discuss each of this learning in detail. Supervised learning, the correct class of the training data known as the classification. In supervised learning, relies on an algorithm trained by human input, reduce expenditure on manual review for relevance and coding. In unsupervised learning, the correct classes of the training data are not known, for example, the clustering. In semi-supervised learning, a mix of the supervised and unsupervised learning or below relies on analytic trained by human input, automated analysis using the resulting model. Now we shall discuss about the machine learning techniques. Here are some techniques: the classification, clustering, and regression. In classification, predict class from observation. In clustering, group observation into meaningful groups. Regression, the prediction, predict value from observation. Now we're going to discuss each and every type of it in detail. Classification, the classifier document to predefine a category. Document can be text, image. Popular one is naive-based classifier. Step 1 and step 3 and are most important, but here we discuss step 1, train the program, building a model. Classifier will compute probability for each word. Step 2, test with the test data set against this model. Against this clustering, clustering is a task of grouping a set of objects in such a way that objects in the same group called the cluster are most similar to each other. Objects are predefined. For example, the man's shoes, women's shoe, women's t-shirt, man t-shirt. K means the clustering, partition and observation. K cluster in which each observation belongs to the cluster with the nearest man serving as a phototype of the cluster. In regression is a measure of the relation between the mean value of one variable and corresponding value of other variables. Regression analysis is a statistical process of estimating the relationship among variables. Regression means to predict the output value using the training data. Popular one is logistic regression. Now here we shall discuss about the classification versus regression. Classification means to group the output into a class. Regression means to predict the output value using a training data. Classification to predict the type of tumor. Regression to predict the house price from the training data. It is a discrete, categorically variable than it is. If it is a real number continuous, then it is a regression. Now we will see the usage in real life of regression and classification. Now we here at the end part of use cases: spam email detection, machine translation, language translation, image search, similarity, clustering K-means, Amazon recommendation, and classification, that would be a Google News. In use cases, we mostly describe the test summarization, Google News, rating a review, comment, Yelp, fraud detection, decision making, sentiment analysis, speech understanding, and face detection. When we talk about the speech understanding, we will observe that iPhone with Siri, and in decision making, for example, the bank insurance sector, and in the fraud detection, credit card providers are involved. In rating a review or comment, Yelp are understand or considerable. Now we just hear our end our lecture here, and thank you for being with me the whole lecture. If you like the video, kindly subscribe and share and be with us. Thank you. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.